Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for coming out to this evening's event. I know it's a beautiful evening out there, so the temptation must be to fill the pub after work, but thanks very much for coming and joining us for Let's Talk Growth. This is the third installment in the City of Edmonton's Great Ideas, Great City Speaker Series. I know the other events have been a tremendous success. It's my absolute pleasure to be your host and moderator for this evening. My name is Dr. Kevin Jones. I'm the director of the City Region Studies Centre, which is a research unit out of the Faculty of Extension at the University of Alberta, and we work hard to support really positive conversations about urbanization and the way in which we develop and grow as a city and a community. So it's my real pleasure to be invited to be your host for this evening. Our topic for tonight will be to examine the way in which cities are changing and how development and growth can be directed to create vibrant and prosperous places and communities. One of my first introductions to Edmonton when I'd first arrived in the city and joined the university was somebody handed me a copy of The Way We Grow, the Municipal Development Plan, and said, could you give this a quick read over, then give the media some impressions about what you think? And I'd pretty much just arrived. And I can vividly remember my first impression, which was, wow, this is an ambitious and progressive kind of vision for the city. And then I remember my second thought as well, which was, wow, this is an ambitious and progressive vision for this city. How are we ever going to get there? That seemed a long ways away from where we were. But since then, we've had a number of other way-we's, but we've also started to see ambitions translate into plans, into strategies, and on-the-ground activities in our city, already shaping our downtown skylines, our mature neighborhoods, our transit hubs, affecting our institutions, the way we live and move through the city. And so the privilege we have this evening is, a number of years on from the way we grow and the way we's, is a chance to catch our breath and step back and think about, okay, what were our ambitions? Where did we want to get to? And to reflect upon those things on the one hand. On the other hand, we have an opportunity to think, okay, how have we got on? What successes have we had? What haven't we done as well as we wanted to do? Where do we go from here? It's nice that this talk is coinciding with the launch of this week of two documents by the City of Edmonton. The first, the progress report to the implementation plan. I hope you grabbed it while you're out there. It makes some fascinating reading and measures us really in terms of not only how we're getting on, but how we relate to some of the other communities that are addressing similar planning challenges as Edmonton. And the other being a framework for modeling growth, which is you can grab out there as well. To help us reflect both on where we're going and where we've come from, we have a wonderful panel for you this evening. We'll have Brent Todderan, who will be our keynote speaker. Brent's going to speak for about an hour. Then we have a panelist of David Hales and Kaylin Anderson from the City of Edmonton and Simon O'Byrne from Stantec, and I'll introduce them when they come up. And we'll have a panel discussion and an interactive kind of Q&A with you guys so you guys can get your questions up here as well. But right now, it's my pleasure to introduce Brent. As many of you know, Brent is a regular speaker and commentator regarding urban planning, cities and urban issues. He often speaks on density done well. I know you're probably going to use that term a few times again this evening, which includes ideas about the alignment of land use and transportation, high quality urban design, amenities, and diversity. Brent's the former chief planner of Vancouver and has 25 years of experience from Ontario, Alberta, and now is an urban planning consultant with his company, Todderan Urban Works. He has advised and collaborated with cities, agencies, and best practice developers around the world. It was fascinating at dinner tonight. Had the privilege of learning about some of those projects and ideas. His current consulting work is extremely diverse, including out-of-the-box change-making involving civic and organizational culture, improved community conversations, and educational speaking and workshop. He's also the founding president of the Council for Canadian Urbanism, and as a passionate practitioner and advocate for creative, vibrant city building, he is a respected and recognized voice among planners, urbanists, and the general public. Can we have a round of applause welcoming Brent to Edmonton?